Tonight, a rare feline in need of a new limb which was lost at birth. As Doug Walker reports, the answer is on the way.
Groundbreaking surgery taking place over the next couple of weeks at Bayview Pet Medical Center in Ocean Springs. Dr. James Askew is actually performing an operation on an African serval, a very large cat that will replace a limb with a prosthetic. Now today, the actual casting of the potential prosthetic was made, and for the doctor, this is like what goes around comes around.
He had to do tissue samples and tests on dogs and cats and monkeys before it was approved for use in humans. And now all of a sudden, you know, it's the way for getting it back to the animals is a form of treatment.
Now, I also talked with the cat's owner. Doing this for her favorite pet, well, it was the only natural thing to do.
He labors a lot, like as if we would, if we were that way, missing a limb. And I wanted to just help him. And I moved to Mississippi exactly for that reason.
Now, the African serval London should have the prosthetic put on in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be up and running around just like any other cat by the end of the summer. Reporting in Ocean Springs, Doug Walker, WLOX News Now.
Now, this is actually kind of cool, okay, with this recent development of this being the piece here, because what's going to happen is he'll have this part. He may have a tiny piece of nub here, or just make it straight. But when we discussed before the X-rays, what was interesting was we had to. I was telling you those two bones curved, and it would be hard to put an implant in there. The good news is, we haven't seen X-rays. Matter of fact, we should do X-rays today. Okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we'll get a set of X-rays as soon as we're done here, and this hardens up and I get to pull this off. We'll rush him into X-ray. We'll get some more X-rays of this, and we'll see just exactly how much bone is left, because that's still an issue for us. How much bone is going to be there?
Will you be able to see it through the cast? Or are you going to take this off?
I'll take that off, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Dr. Capena's done a serval yet. I'm most for sure that's what he said to me. I have to look back on it, but I think he hasn't. If he showed up here for you, I would just totally flip my lid for you. I'm serious.
I'm going to have to get the dribble. Be right back. Don't want me late. She'll be back in a second.
But yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, Jamie, he's 39, he's tech savvy, does that stuff. And he's read about it, and he says he don't know, how to start it, but he thinks you definitely should have an app called Askew Zoo, like Zach Askew's Petting Zoo or something, so where you can take it and you can have them interact, and kids can do that, or even adults too, but your real clients, and let them be in on it, and use them as on there as the Askew's Petting Zoo and stuff, and just make an app about it, because, I mean, I think people would love it. I would love it, of course, but I think they would. And he was like, you should write a children's book about Dr. Askew and the serval, because it's so interesting how it happened, his life, and how everything just happened. I mean, I'm serious. It was a domino effect. It's so endearing when I say it and I listen to it myself, how I met you and how everything happened. It was the absolute what should happen. And I really have been practicing with him.
I can tell. Like I said, as a matter of fact, when we were doing part of the sedation thing, he was trying to reach through the cage with both limbs.
Yep. I really think he wants to do it.
I wasn't sure in the beginning. I just wanted you prepared.
I know. And I was telling that to Angel. I said, Dr. Askew told me right when he came after he was 1 year old, and it was the time to do his things, and he checked him again. He said, Cindy, I don't think he's going to do it. And I said, I'll do anything. And then I said, Dr. Askew, if you don't want to give up, he don't want to give up. So as long as you're saying something, I said, then he said, I said, I'll do anything. I'll, tell me what I can do. And he said, you can do some exercises and some this and that. And I said, I went home. I went to the store and bought stuff, and right away I started doing it. And he was very susceptible to it. He really was. He really is,
See if she gets that.
Yeah.
I know she's in X-ray. She had her phone with her, so I just texted her, bring the dribble too. Okay.
And now, maybe if it goes on the news, see, I didn't take down the GoFundMe, but I haven't put it up there, because I just figured I'll pay for it myself, whatever. But if we wanna go further and stuff, of course, you know, I'll need some help with that, I'm sure. Because, I mean, it's not really that how much, it's the product, like putting the thing in there and stuff, it's the amount of anesthesia keeping down, that's the part, right, that gets costly,
Well,
right?
we're gonna have to have that thing specially made.
Right.
Okay, so we'll have to have it, you know, I've got a friend who just got one of those digital 3D printer things he's trying to make work. And this is one of the reasons he wanted to get one, was because he thought I could actually use it for some of the turtle work and things that I do.
Absolutely. Not only that, Dr. Askey, there is no one who does this. I called Mississippi veterinary, the school, you know, to see if, because you know how dentistries, they'll do root canals because they have to practice, you know. So I did it just to see what could be done in future or anything, or something happened to you, anything, you know, what am I going to do? And so nobody does this. Nobody, even the person that they have listed, Tracy, whatever, for, I told you about, there was one in Alabama.
Oh, okay, all right.
Her?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, on the Animal Orthocare, I told you where you go to that website and you can put your name on there, and people who need these things done for casts, you can make money doing them. There's no one who does it. That was, she was on there, and you know what she said? Get me off that, to her secretary. She doesn't even know how to do this. And they have her listed on there. Yep, and I called her, and not because I can't take him to Alabama because I'd have to get a permit, all that kind of stuff. And I was just seeing so I could tell you the information. She don't even do it. And so there's no one who does this. If you got on there, you could, no telling how many people need help
Amber!
and where they're going.
Okay. It's in there on the x-ray table.
Because the college didn't even know.
Yeah.
He knows I mean it.
Dreamer on. Said bring the dreamer tool.
I didn't.
Auto correct.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is
like, I'm pretty sure he meant Dremel. You could have been Dreamer.
Well, I had one already set up for a little one.
Oh, that's
Matter of
what
fact, you watch him, I'll go get it.
Okay.
He knows.
the shoulder and the underarm is 8.5.